Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Skycast, everybody. It's your host Chase, and today we got another segment of In the Lab. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment on the video. Around over 70% of the channel is not subscribed, so if you guys please can just hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button if you like watching the videos that we do, like the content that we drop, or you want to see more content from us and more creativity in videos coming down the line. Hitting that subscribe button will definitely be a great indication of letting us know, plus liking, that you guys really enjoyed the video. Anyway, now into the In the Lab segment for this week. This is episode number 2. So we have about 2 weeks of information to catch up on, so we're going to do this rather quick so we can get you guys up out of here as usual. You already know how your boy do. So first of all, we got backtrack to, so for Halo program, it's pretty much been said that Kansas City Pioneers and Built by Gamers were left out of the program for this upcoming year for Halo, which is crazy to think that both of these organizations who were heavily involved in the beginning of Halo Infinite were not be partnered by Halo. It's just really crazy to really think about it, just because the fact that Kansas City had a major in their own city and they had boot camp at the Royals stadium, the Royals baseball stadium, and everything. And BBG's also had a really great squad throughout the season so far. So I don't know, a lot of people in the community was pretty heated and up in arms about this one. I don't really understand the move either. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. And also in other news, FaZe Scented is no longer with FaZe for saying inexplicable language on stream. You guys probably already know about this. If you don't, I'm sure you guys can find the video or a clip about it on Twitch or on Twitter somewhere. But he said a very racist term that sometimes slips up, but you can't make those kind of mistakes being in our business. Most people in our business industry community understand that the community is definitely not forgiving for things like that, and organizations, companies got to protect themselves, so they have to do what they got to do. So fortunate to see, definitely a learning experience for him, I hope, and he'll probably bounce back. Also, FaZe is teased, has been playing with a different roster for Halo. They've been playing with Falcon and Spartan. I think it's like how you say it, or Falcated, Renegade, Spartan, and so they've been playing with their team, and that team looks pretty good from what I've been hearing, scrims and things like that. I haven't seen anything about anything being officially as the team, but a lot of Halo teams been making changes in these last few weeks, probably about the last 2 weeks. We also got to talk about ALGS World Championship. Congrats to DarkZeroGG. They picked up Regin Knight pretty much right before the event, and this team also won playoffs year 2 at Stockholm. So huge pickup for DarkZeroGG for them to two-peat pretty much both events. That's crazy. Shouts out to them. I think they're also from the Oceanic region as well, so it's really crazy. Shouts out to them. They're a really good team. They played really well over the course of the weekend. Teams like Optic looked good early, TSM, but they fell short of where they a lot of people had them in terms of in the rankings. And on top of that, I also got to put a shout out 100 Thieves. They showed up late, and they came out and they gave it all they had. And so teams like 100 Thieves Alliance, they really did really well. And we're looking forward to year 3 to see what the new season holds for Apex. They always got new stuff coming out, whether it's maps or characters, things of that nature. So really excited to see that coming forth. We also have the Rocket League wild card, pretty much group play coming up here in Dallas. Then we're gonna have a championship. Pretty much who makes it out of that wild card will be put into the groups for Worlds. So that's coming up here shortly. So that's pretty good. In other news, Los Angeles Thieves coming back to win Major 4, and the fashion they did it had everyone on Twitter just going nuts, because it was crazy. Honestly, for them to be able to pull that rabbit out the hat, and for them to be able to win the last event pretty much before champs is is actually pretty incredible. And Optic is still trying to find their form. Hopefully, now that they continue to get these reps with Illy as best as they can try to make a push. Honestly, I see Optic getting top 4 at champs. I don't see them winning champs. I feel like it's in too much time with Illy being out the fold to be able to come back and put them in that form that they had, where they were dominant for that stretch between their home stand and like the season right after that. It's gonna be pretty tough, and competition's not getting any easier for them. So I don't see them winning champs. Probably have them as 4th. In other news, Shroud just got pulled up to the Sentinels Valorant team. That's crazy. Everyone knows Shroud. He's a crazy talent, freak of nature, the man, the myth, the legend, the AKA the Shredder. So seeing him on Sentinels, for the Valorant team shows that Sentinels really wants to get back to form where they were a few events ago. So shout out to Sentinels. I think it was a pretty good move, not only from a publicity standpoint, and obviously a great player and talent in Shroud himself. So hats off to those guys. They've been known to pull old pros that are not necessarily old, but it's just kind of retired, and they usually find a way to make it work. So they've been pretty successful at that. So they did the same thing with Formal when it came to Halo. So I don't see why this one wouldn't work out, honestly. And last few topics. So Myth has left Twitch. TSM Myth used to be TSM Myth, now just Myth, is going to YouTube because YouTube has paid him the bag. And so honestly, I can't blame them. Everyone's going to YouTube. YouTube knows they're doing. I said years prior that YouTube's going to top Twitch. It's only a matter of time, honestly, because there's just a lot of issues with it, with a lot of the rule setting guidelines and things like that. And YouTube's not as much or many problems. So last time, leave you guys off with two more topics. So apparently 100 Thieves had let go of some of their staff, their content staff, and TSM let go over 20 of their employees. Some speculate that's due to their crypto investment going cold, going south, going sour. I don't know how true that is, but you hate to see these big orgs laying off people. These are people's lives, and this is they need their money. Nothing is cheap out here. So to see top orgs, top names like that letting go of people, raises some red flags, and really shows that that in this business also that can happen too. So you always got to try to stay prepared. It's a tough way to think about it, but you always got to have like a plan B in a sense, because you just never know sometimes. But those people that lost their employment, I'm sure they're finding new homes, because they're very talented individuals to be able to work for such brands as highly reckoned as 100 Thieves and TSM. So my heart goes out to them for sure, because that's not fun to having to try to figure out that situation. But that's all I'm gonna leave you guys with today for a segment in the lab. I know it's been a little longer, but we had to cover 2 weeks instead of 1. Like I said, it's really a weekly segment. So I hope you've been enjoying the content, and like I said before, it's your boy Chase, aka Lyrics. I'm gonna get y'all all out of here now. I'll see you next week. Peace.